Hello and welcome. Now, I just thought I'd show you a bit of a scale of this. That's with 14 headlands. 14. 6.3 meters of, yeah, well, and if you're superstitious, it's field 13. No, I'm not, but it's a bit of a, it's just weird how some maps literally do let you do it and others don't. Yeah, I went on a map the other day because I was literally said you've got to go out and come back in to save the course, and it actually let me do it, whereas this time I didn't say it and it didn't let me do it, which is the usual of you have to go out and come back in. So then I've got everybody down, but we're all in the middle of the field, so it's going to take us a while for this to get there anyway. Got to go into a time lapse for this. I do apologise, but it really is. It's a bit of a nightmare. So, yeah, we're going to shift all of the equipment off the field, and we've got the BGA. Oh, did that actually pick up the island? Let's have a look. Let's just... Yeah, look at the... Did it pick up the island? Yeah, so we want Dell. Let's have a look. Did you pick up the island? Yes, it did. Fantastic. So we're in business. Right, let's get everybody gone. Right, so I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. This is the longest session in recorded history. It's 20. We had 77 grand. Gordon Bennett. This is like, I haven't been manning this all night. I've got to be totally truthful. There's no way any human being, I think, could actually do that. But I have been sort of watching it on and off, which I can definitely say is true. Right, so let's do what we can. I knew this would happen. I looked at the time and I thought, 4 o'clock in the morning. What? I start this recording. What time was it? 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. And it is now 4:12 and 58 in the morning. Now, I think it's got, it's strange. Now, obviously, the one thing is that's different. I'll just switch my... Yeah, I've got like a film playing in the background as well. Just to, I've got to be honest. When I said it was Rombos, we had like a fleet of 2. Actually, of these, I think it was Rombos that made me dislike this brand a lot, because they're so faffy. And not again, it was because we really needed the best equipment, and we had like 2 of the crossflows. Yeah, the A10 crossflows, which because the knuckle joints close every time a worker grabs them and puts them down. So it really a absolute pain in the backside if you like doing certain things. And I think because of that, I just like to see them as, oh no, it's those ones that close every single time. So I like Hispanos that don't do that. So it's such a terrible, for a farming game, it's a terrible design, even though it's realistic. It's a little bit like everything should have straps, including forklifts, and they don't. And again, it's just one of those things. Oh, well, back up 77,000. So the profit from that actually paid for our wages. Wages are just so expensive now. So expensive. Seriously, I doubt very much we're going to get up to that. So we've lost that already. This is one of the bad things about... Obviously, we're not really playing the buying and selling game now, but we're properly farming. But obviously it is an aspect of like the entire game that is a good way of making cash, as we've just seen. We've just literally paid the thousands of our wages with that like one sale of one item. It's also brilliant for like buying bits of equipment. Now there are a few bits and bobs that I'm going to order, but again, our money is so low that we just can't afford to do it. We're just going to like have to crack on as we are and like buy and sell a bit as we can, just with little things, even like this, that's going to bring in a bit of cash and sort of pay the wages. But of course there is some good. Now this is another mod that I've got the bail counter mod on, the same as I've got the additional information. There are so many mods that Giants, the engine doesn't see anymore, that Giants are broken. It really is quite terrible. It is. A game is... I've never... In all my years of playing Farming Simulator, I've never... And I'm not trying to be like whinging or anything like that, but it's difficult. I mean, obviously I just found out the other day about a slurry spreader fault that obviously Giants must know about. And it's a serious one. It affects all slurry spreaders with tools. And we tested this like on one of the Let's Plays. Now, it was only... after sort of talking to the AI that I sort of spoke about something, and like they confirmed that yes, it's a known bug sort of thing. And you're like, why am I putting it in there? I don't know why I put it in the actual thing. Perhaps I was thinking of selling it, which of course I'm not. No, it is true. There's so many things. I mean, store deliveries was broken by Giants for about 4 weeks. Me and Kevin were talking about it a long time ago, and then of course it was fixed. It was nothing to do with store deliveries. It was everything to do with the base game. Well, so is this. This affects base game equipment. It's a base game glitch. It's a Giants glitch. It is. So, but it's... What good can you say? Right, so then. Let's pop back up to the top. I'm going to go back into the time-lapse. I just wanted to sort of like... Yeah, so it's 79,910. I've no doubt. Oh, now there is one thing that I have done... But I need to see if it's in the game, as in like Yeah, now this is a convert from FS22. No, it's missed that left-hand side, so I must have quite got my amounts wrong, like where I was doing it. So let me just see, did this take... I think it would be in bale equipment, I think. Yeah, I've done a convert, and I don't know if it actually... Oh, it tested okay, it did, so I would imagine it probably is in... It might be even in... I can't remember if it was miscellaneous. Or the other miscellaneous even. Yeah, no, this is a friend that I've missed. What's the modder's name? Ah, it is there. Yeah, the Bale Pusher, EY Modding. And I've left his name on it because I'm not trying to steal the glory or anything. Now, the colours are wrong. Well, I thought, well, actually, they look quite nice. Yeah, it's a bit strange. It's not got any colours as of yet. But I wanted to buy it more than anything just to prove... Now, the one thing I never explained fully is the rules of engagement, which I've been playing with the... do we do that? Do we not do that for a change? Yeah, true, because it is... Yeah, let's not. It's just like, yeah, we're going to buy it. Fantastic. And we're going to see if it actually works, because at the minute I really don't know if it... why does that go... It's just Courseplay does it. It like does weird courses where it goes all the way up to the top and then all the way back down, and it'll bump into every last little bale or thing on the way. It's always done it. Wow, but actually this does make a bit of sense. Oh. Yeah, it does. No, there won't be any background sound because I had headphones on earlier, and then obviously they just go off after so long. So yeah, there's no background sound. But I'm going to go back into the time lapse. So there will be background sound whilst there's a time lapse, but not whilst I'm in these sort of sequences. But yeah, so we've got that. So we will. Do we treat that as a bit of a mod test? I'd like to test it. Really, because it's literally is the maiden voyage of that particular thing, and I say EY Modding, it's not released it for FS25, and if there was any way I could contact EY Modding to see if we could release it, I don't even care. I'm not doing modding for money, and I know obviously most modders do that. Let's just grab quickly. Let's quickly just get that delivered that we've just bought. I wouldn't normally do this, but I just really like to... It's sort of like, I've always said this, I've always done a little bit of this. The channel members will be sort of like completely aware that I do this a bit for testing. And this is the only reason I want to do, because I want to see it has got collisions on it. It always had to be switched on. Now I'm not sure whether the did that do it? If it did, it's not appeared up here. So I would say it's probably reset to the shop, as certain items did used to, where I can't see it. Maybe it's like gone into... Oh, it could have gone into the building, or... Oh. No, it's just like further down. Look behind the... Right, okay, let's just do another... Yeah, one of those. It doesn't fill it for very long. So somewhere here. It said behind it. I reckon it's inside there. I do... Yeah, it is. It will be. So let's send that a little bit further out and then reset again. It's just the best laid plans of mice and men. Oh, there we go. Hang on, is that doing one of them falling from the sky jobbies? Now that you know that, I think that really is... No, it has, it's gone. Yeah, I did this as well. I did a convert of the 13.7 meter header from... I think it is. I think it's falling through the floor. It's one of... Yeah, it's now there. You'll see that it keeps on falling. There's something about FS22 mods. It's not as simple as just converting them. There's, even though the game can see that the mechanics are spot on. Yeah, no, it is. It's falling through the ground. This is what happened to my header. It's Yeah, so that's a bit of an epic fail, really, a bit. So yeah, it's one of those things. Right, let's just reset that then. Oh yeah, just saw it there briefly out of the corner of my eye, just dropping on the floor there, and then going through the floor. So there's something wrong with that. So what we'll do is, because we don't want to see falling objects all of the time, let's just sell that, and I'll further investigate why that is like doing that, because that really shouldn't be. So I think it's a lizard veil pusher, if I remember rightly. It's not. It's a no. That's a paladin. It might not show either. Oh no, it does. Yeah. Yeah, we do. Yeah, so I'll look into that a little bit more. Again, I'm not trying to steal the EY modding's glory. I just thought I wanted to. It's something that I've really seriously missed. A really good mod that is terribly seriously missed by myself. So right, they're all good. No blocked at the minute. Yeah, so this has been a monster. And the reason I wanted to... I'm not going to show you all of it. Now, I've done all of the recording, and I realised that would be the biggest recording I've ever done. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you bits and bobs. But the most important thing I always think is this. If you look closely at the spacing of the bales, you can sort of tell it's not staged by the spacing. It's not totally uniform, but it is very... The spacing is almost like a pattern. And this is what I always said about if people try to cheat. There's an awful lot of cleanup to do, as well. We can see, though, that's probably a few bales in that. So that's got to be done at the end, which will probably be next session. So I'm only going to show you bits and bobs, because this, I think, proves to anybody with an ounce of sense that there's no cheating going on. But I mean, I could show you everything, but again, I'd sort of think that people can sort of see, and I don't think anyone would want to. I mean, I'd have to like times. I did this once on another big field a long time ago, where I did the speeding up process, where everything's really sped up, and it looks horrible. It's too. I've always tried to do ×3 at the most, because I always find it any more than that, and everyone else does much faster ones. It looks awful. It's like breaking up and doing horrible things. Wow. So that's sort of doing like another section. So it might do that other side. Yeah, Courseplay does do some strange patterns that you can't really work out. So, on the whole, I've got to be honest though, it's not really blocked a lot. It did block a couple of times. I woke up a couple of times. I sort of slept in between, I might add. I haven't been up all till 4:25 in the morning, but yeah, I sort of woke up a couple of times and like just set it going again and like carried on watching my film. But like going to sleep with watching the film, not watching the film. So yes. So I think he might have actually done the bit that where this missed, as in, because the windrow, it's not going to just produce a windrow, is it? That's all it'll do. So, we shall see. It might be a bit. Next session we'll do the clean up, the manual bits that get missed. I'm not going to do it anymore. This has been the longest session I've ever done on any map, and I knew it was going to be like this, but I thought, let's do it, but let's not worry about it for once. Just do it and crack on. But we've got to, another thing I'd like, we've not got the money. I'd like to swap out the Vermeer for my mower. I think it'd be a much better, and it's very reasonable as well, so it's a win-win. And also the Vermeer, I'd like to swap that one for the one that's the same but is BB Mod's one, because it's fantastic. With having the front 3-point link, you could even make it mow as well, and then we just need to windrow afterwards. I mean, I am trying to build a windrow into mine, but I haven't quite succeeded. I've got some rods which would guide the grass, which is all it is just physical objects that guide the grass out into the windrow. But obviously the XML is a different matter. Again, I'm sure I can actually figure that one out. They're not usually too tricky to figure out, so I think I can do that. But right, anyway, yeah, because there's still quite a bit to do. The windrow and the baler especially has got an awful lot of time left to do. So I am going to say my words. I'm not going to show you everything, as I said, but I just wanted to sort of step in and sort of say what's happening. So we are going to do very well. Yeah, that's true. No, there is one thing we can do. I started forgetting about the built-in bale counter, you could say, in the statistics, because this has been one single session. Yeah, whoa, what a session as well. 4 hours and 37 minutes. So yeah, obviously the first session was a session that's not included. So actually, no, that's about right, 4.5 hours. So it was about 12ish, or just up 11 or something like that I actually started. Years played 1, ploughed hectare. Huh? We haven't. Oh, bales produced. That's what I wanted to know. 52, and they are 180s. So I can't remember the grass bales, how big they are. Let's have a quick look as we pass one. How big are these? I think 6.5 or something like that. They're quite small grass bales, aren't they, in comparison to... And obviously that's the other thing. I'd like to... Bigger bales. Yeah, 7,500 actually. A little bit bigger than I thought. So times 52, that is an awful lot of grass. It is. So I'm quite pleased, because this is really, if you've got to think about it, is our only... We've spent an awful lot on productions. These businesses have got to tide us all the way through the winter. So this grass is silage for the BGA, so it's not going to last forever. And these like feed on grass. Now I'm a bit of at a quandary. I'm going to try to stick to what the map makers sort of said, that it's supposed to be. I don't know how we're supposed to do it though. I mean, obviously, being a modder and like also being a player, I'm like, what they said on the map reading was that to like become a dairy empire. And I thought, what, with 94 cows? Oh, Gordon Bennett, you must have got put the milk yield up if you expect us to do that with. And they feed on grass. Now, he's the second person that I know that's actually done that, where the milk and the cows, you know, like just. Which is true in real life. I'm not being funny. They do have a milk yield, but it's much poorer than normal. So, okay. Yeah. So this is another thing that's probably going to be fixed, because the cows shouldn't really be popping out like that. So we may. I mean, the other thing is we've not got a manure pump, but then we haven't got put any straw down either. So really. Yeah, I've got 21 litres of that. I would imagine then that in this length of time that our animals are actually almost fixed. Yeah. What I'm tempted to do is stick... Oh, we'd have to... Yeah, it's only 15 cows. We could actually get a... Could lease one. Well, again, it's all money though. We haven't got... We had like 81,000. Now we're down to 78,969 again, because wages, it's huge. It's a huge field. But yeah, it is necessary. Right, anyway, I'm going to go back into that time lapse. In fact, I'm going to go into the windrow, because I'm sure... Yeah, so we will do what they've sort of said is a good idea. Yeah, you're the one we need. This is the one I think is going to run into issues soon. I think it goes over there in a minute. I think, yeah, because I think it probably has already done this bit here. This is the bit that's going to... Oh, wow. Yeah, so that definitely missed that bit there. I did put it on the thing twice, though. I don't understand why it... No, you can unfold, because we're going to try... to set your feet on the path again. Now, I think it's where it goes around here. If we... yeah, it's snarled up on something. I don't know what went wrong with that. I just don't understand why the model did what it did. I reckon it probably hit that, if I'm honest. That's what I would say happened. Are you listening to me? I'm telling you to unfold. That's the third time I did that. The whole game is just really buggy with things. Right, so I would have thought all we need to do is really start probably right down at the... but it could be a down. But it hit that, but it could have hit that going down, couldn't it, really? Let's try down, because they're not quite flat. Oh, my life. Yeah, they're not. It's true. If it would have come down and gone around, but like hit that, it's quite a serious bang. If we do this here, it could have been a down. So we need to like get a little bit better. Position's not really terribly spot on. So let's have a go. Was it a down? Can we figure this one out? Will it listen as well? They are terrors for like not liking you to start them, and they do this funny little twiddle. Good guess. Good guess. Not bad at all. Right, fantastic. So we do need to yeah, I'm actually quite nicely surprised with how well it did. Yeah, so really, yeah, really stopped this. Did an awful lot of missing, which, yeah, why did it miss all of that, though? That makes no sense at all to me. Let's just let it do this bit up to where it goes on the grass, and then we'll shift it to the left. Because, yeah, that's true. It's a huge amount that got missed windrowing, which means the baler likewise is going to be soon hitting that area that's not been windrowed. I'd say that's about as good as it gets. Right, so then I would say it looks like the bits where it's still not who is it? Oh, it's the baler. Right, okay. So I would say that you probably started to go like down and up. So I have no idea why this, unless I started it in a place where I shouldn't have done, you know, like one of those times I said where it literally bumped into something. It is possible. So really, yeah, would be really useful for the bale pusher at these particular things. I can't wait to see if it actually works. So I might need to. Right, let's just do one thing at a time. Yeah, I'll have a look at it. Right, so let's see. Can you squidge past that? And am I right? I think I am. Right, okay then. So Chewy is still carrying on. And yeah, this is what happened last time, I think. So it should know that's an island, though. That's what I mean. Let's just let it have a go. I need to see whether this is going to work. It should do, but you missed that line there. Why have you missed that one? So if we're going down, that means that was an up. I can't see why that would really be that much in your way. Mind you, they are funny. They only have to be in their field of vision and they're like blocked. Yeah, it's not exactly the most. So let's try that again from the bottom, because I think that's a down and then an up. Or it depends which way you're going. Yeah, that is true. So it could be the right. I could be thinking of this the wrong way. But I don't think I am. I think this is right. And so there's going to be an awful lot of cleanup, But again, this is our business through the winter. Yeah, I've got to be honest. The BGA is a bit of a chugger. It's not a really fantastic business. It does nothing like I remember in FS25, if I'm honest, completely. No, so you're not the right way then. So that means you must have been down from here. Gotta be. Yeah, and again, the other problem is that we've all of the tractors are in play, and I'm not going to use the little Tiger car to grab that, and nothing else can grab it. It's why I always find, yeah, so the International and even the CV series, both not terribly useful really, because they can't grab anything. You know, I keep saying this, they're a bit of a window dressing really, but it's a shame. Now my CV series is, but like this one I find just silly. Right, so how are you doing now, Han? How are you doing? You are brilliant. So that is actually doing what got missed before. We were right. That bale might be in the way. The mirror is now doing a cracking job, actually. It is. Yeah, yeah, brilliant. So that's now, hopefully, it may be that we get a bit of a snarl up with the... do we do something about the BGA? Because we haven't got any bales yet, have we? Let's just see if this figures it out. It figured it out before. Let's just give it a few seconds. Course play takes about, seems to be like it's programmed to course play, which giants could do exactly the same. It's like if it gets blocked, it waits about 10-15 seconds, and then you can tell it like starts to see if it can like do anything about getting out of the block. Not always can it, but it does try, whereas the giants ones just like go, I'm blocked and I'm not moving at all ever, I'm forever blocked. Whereas yeah, this one is blocked this time, so that's too close. So what would you have done next? I'd have thought gone around this way here and it's straight up. I might be wrong. Now I would have thought it probably, I don't know whether this is a separate pattern. These are complicated, these ones. They're not like the normal patterns I'm used to following. That's why I'm not a massive fan of these. But yeah. Okay, let's see. Am I right? I don't think I am this time. I think I'm totally wrong. Oh, everybody's blocked at the same time. Right, okay. I did think this one. Oh, seriously, Gordon Bennett. Seriously. Yeah, its bales are just such a pain, though, aren't they, in the backside, really? So this, I think, is a separate bit. This is the stop bit, actually. If anything, I think this was the end bit. Yeah, I think I've gone out of sequence with this. I would say what we should be doing is this bit over here. Yeah, it looks like I've even sent the mower out of sequence too. Again, with something this complex, I might well actually do. Yeah, it looks like it should have been here. That's where it like has broken up. So maybe here looks like where it should have continued on to do a windrow and it didn't. So let's set it going here because it looks like it ends over that way. Right, so the baler again is also likewise going to... I think this is on a completely different sort of tangent anyway. This is like way back. Yeah, I mean, you imagine this, although if you've got the mower on the front, it's just going to be the same. Right, so we found that this was the next bit. So this is where we set the other one going. Although I think I'm wrong. I do on this. I'm going to set this going, but I probably... like, yeah, so they just do the little twiddle, don't they? Because they're not happy with the fact that you've like set them going and they're like, I'm going to sort myself out. I'm not listening to you. You're going wrong now. So it must have been a down, not an up. Yeah, this is a monster of a session. I really have never ever seen a session like it in all my 8 years of content. Oh, what? Oh, I'm leaving you to it. I'm sick of you already. Right, how are you doing, Dawn? Is it going to get stuck or what? You know, it's weird. The grass course goes, and this is what throws me out sometimes. This goes the opposite way to the windrow course, and they're the worst type of courses where they cross over because it really means you've got to finish the grass work first. And this is such a big field, so in a way you've got to like tailor your course. I think you're wrong. You're going on the one you've already done. Yeah, you are. So really, I think you need to set you going roughly about here. I would say, as a rule of, as a guess. But it could be a down, not an up. That's the bad thing. But then it'll come back down. It will. So I'm not worried. Right. How are we doing? Cause the windrow. No, the baler follows the windrow. So really, this is on the end. Yeah, this is totally wrong. We need to be like going over where the windrow is and start this one going back over that side. Yeah, because the windrow's got all of this middle section to do. So, do you know, I reckon this is probably not a bad time to carry on with this next time because this is just a monster of a session. I think I'll Yeah, I do. I think it's sensible to like say my goodbyes and I'll just stop the equipment and we'll like crack on next session, because this is this is a monument to true farming, where it really is like this. A big field like this is just tremendously. Yeah, now this is not properly done, but we'll do tidy up as well. Let's just see, am I right? It looks to me like this should have been a... no, this next one then has got to be the down. That would have been an up, then this has got to be the down. And this is already obviously deviated. Right, so I think, let's see if I'm right, and then we're going to stop it anyway. Should pick it up from there, but I might be a bit far away. Yeah, right. So this will do for tomorrow. And they figured it out. Yeah, now I presume then this will probably go around and then come back up. So we might be not too far out. I don't think there's not a lot left to do, although it looks like there is. Let's just grab Jen. Stop her dead like that, and then... yeah, we'll move it on as well, because obviously it's done the middle section, so somehow it missed a few bits and bobs, and we'll stop the mower too, because it's going to stop soon enough. Yeah, it's going to try to... yeah, we know we're coming to stop you anyway. So I think we shall stop our second session at about there, yeah. So, not sure where you're going to go next. I might do this myself with the grass work that's left. Although I'm not a massive fan of using the Vermeer, it is a bit of a strange one. It is. It's not a nice bit of kit to use. It reminds me of the one that I hate with a passion. It's a beautiful bit of kit, but it's a horrible thing to use. There's a real art to it, and I do know how to use it. I mean, as in I can, but I'm just not comfortable with it, and it's not... I mean, Courseplay sort of takes all the hard work out for this now. If you tell it to do it, I didn't have to like figure this out, because side ones like this are an absolute nightmare. Let's just do this patch down here, and then next session I should finish the bigger patch up there. But it's true, and we'll set the windrow going, all the rest of it. And yeah, I mean, there's still another big session in this, a really big session, what with all of the bales left to do as well. I mean, all of them. Look at how many bales are still left to do. And I don't want to... yeah, grass now goes bad if you leave it in the fields, so I'm not going to like leave them in the fields or anything like that. But I need this tractor or the windrow. This would be the first to finish, so that's what I was thinking. If I do this, I can then start picking up the bales from the fields and sticking them in the silo, because the water we're doing well thanks to the Tiger car. It's doing a cracking job on where he took over from the case that was doing it first, but it's true, he's doing a cracking job. So yeah, we'll soon be up to 500,000 litres, which I think it's more than enough for what we're going to have. But there is going to be a lot of bales that do go in there, that we can see. But then this is all our winter. Now it also is trees, so it's trees that were the other product, which obviously, although we weren't given any equipment, that was the other thing that the Shantyboy modding and can I remember the other modder's name? So I've got EY modding on my thing from looking at the bale pusher. Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, Shantyboy modding, and no, I can't. It's not popping. So yeah, we'll figure this out. Might actually, with this kind of like thing, be better to get the... No, we need... The reason I do Courseplay is because it has a proper course that's set. If you set a standard worker, obviously I've got a bale manually myself, but this type of field, you need something like Courseplay to handle something like this. It's just too big for you to like do without. So I think that's most of the grass cleanup. There's just that big section, which I would say is only going to take 10-15 minutes next session, and then there's a huge set of windrow. I mean, I always find the headlands, it's about half the field. We have actually done the headlands, so with the biggest Or, yeah, it is, because it goes all the way around the side. Now, there's a lot of cleanup at the top. It really did a terrible job at the top. Terrible. It really is. I don't know what on earth. So it's not the best, of course. But like the wind drone section isn't doing a very good job either, really. So we shall crack on next session. So I am going to say my goodbyes. Yeah. So all that remains to be said for this session is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to join me next session on this, what has been the biggest field. Well, it's, as I said, it's not bigger than Rombos. It's that Rombos had a better set of equipment. This is really very basic equipment, which is supposed to be a battle. And it might not be that you were supposed to do the entire field. It might be that you can just like do a bit, you know, like feed your animals, do a bit, feed your animals. But I thought, well, if we're going to make a business, then let's start with the grass business, and like that is the basis. So we're going to need to improve on this, whether it's to get bigger ones or, you know, get a couple of mowers on this, and then I think a bigger windrower is necessary, or the windrower type mowers. That probably is the way to go, really. So I'm trying to think. Yeah, I do think it's probably more like the Hispano one would probably be the perfect thing for the job. Or maybe like my real favourite, trailed. Yeah, I do love the Hispano one. I mean, I love the Biggins, the Big M. It says real Big M territory, really. But this, I think, the Kongskilde or the Vicon, or either of those would do nicely. Or I suppose you could go Swather, because we're not going to stick on this forever. That also isn't, to buy the Swather is not much difference to be buying that. Slightly bigger, of course, as a meter on the header size, but the Swather does more than just that one thing. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was interested in doing by BB Mods, but I could still use my mower on the front of this because it's an awful lot bigger and it mows either way. It's not particular about whether you stick it on the back or the front. It's got reverse drive, so it will work backwards. It doesn't care. The little cutters they're quite happy whichever way they're going to cut grass. So yeah, we could do that. Again, I can't order anything at the minute because we're just too poor until we actually start to get the BGA churning and earn us a bit of cash. Yes, so all that remains to be said is goodbye for now.